X back with another video. Hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. Today's video is a new installment to the What If Naruto Had All Dojutsu series, and it is part 6 of it. Hope you guys all enjoy today's video. And that being said, make sure to like, share the video to a friend, like for this or just anime content in general. Subscribe if you're new here, and check out my second channel down below. Comment down below your thoughts and feelings about the video, as well as what are suggestions. Share the video to a friend, like for this or just anime content in general. And that being said, we can get into the recap. So in the last part, we basically had Naruto save Hiruzen from Orochimaru, and Orochimaru and Naruto were basically able to defeat Lord First, Lord Second, and Orochimaru. And with that being said, we kind of just finished off the part, and so we can now truly begin. The village would then get into the process of rebuilding, as everybody had high spirits, and Naruto's name grew even further. The news of him being able to single-handedly and compete with Hiruzen against Orochimaru was big news for many of the great nations, judging by the fact that he was just a boy. He was just a mere kid. Not only that, but we are now going to have Itachi and Kisame come to the Leaf Village. But since that is the case, Hiruzen would also note that he's getting a bit old and that he needs somebody to become the next Hokage. So the Tsunade retrieval arc is going to happen. Naruto, while they're basically trying to go to the... let me explain this in better words for you guys. Basically, while we're trying to get Naruto to go, find Tsunade, Naruto's just chilling in a hotel slash motel with Jiraiya, who just went out to go do his research, as Kisame and Itachi would appear, knocking on the door. Naruto would peep through the peephole as he saw two figures. Naruto would then realize that these figures were none to mess around with, as he felt as if he noticed that he was feeling a familiar chakra. This chakra, it feels so familiar. So warm, but at the same time, so menacing. Naruto would then run through the window as he would get to the bottom of the apartment and basically just go up to the, or not really apartment, but hotel. You get my point. Naruto would then go up the stairs as he would look around, finding a place where he could go up even more. Naruto would then get onto the floor that he was on as he would look around, seeing Kisame and Itachi further down the hallway that he was in. Naruto would then hide behind a piece of the wall as he waited for them to basically break in. As they would. Kisame would basically slam Samehada, his blade, into the door, completely crashing it and just breaking it. Naruto would then appear, basically using a jutsu on him, or on them if you will, that he calls Almighty Push. Naruto would then send them both flying far out, as Itachi would be surprised at the sheer amount of power behind the blow. Itachi would then look around as he was looking at who could have done such a thing, as both Itachi and Kisame would see through the mist. A boy with blonde hair and blue eyes was standing in front of them. In his left eye was a blue eye, and in his right was a Rinnegan. His blue eye would then shift to a Sharingan, as Kisame's jaw would drop, but Itachi would remain composed. I see. Itachi would appear behind Naruto. You've grown into quite a strong ninja, haven't you? But are you strong enough to beat me? Naruto would then try to attack Orochimaru, or sorry, not Orochimaru, I don't really know why I thought of that. Naruto would then try to attack Itachi, as Itachi would easily dodge. Naruto would then boost his power to the max, just for a moment, as he would enter attack mode, grabbing one of his swords from his scroll, and basically clashing kunai's sword with Itachi, who would be pushed back. Kisame would then stand up as he would dust himself off. You pack quite a punch, but can you withstand the both of us? We'll see, Naruto would say, as he would fight both Kisame and Itachi. Itachi and Kisame would then have a pretty long duel with Naruto, as eventually Naruto had realized that he can't just stall them. He actually needs to use a bit more power, if you will. But at this current moment, Sasuke was kind of charging towards the area that Naruto was in because he wanted to kill Itachi. But instead of being in a room that was kind of compact, they are currently outside of the hotel / apartment / motel type thing, as Sasuke would then rush towards Itachi with Chidori in hand. Naruto would then look at Sasuke with a slight amount of fear, as he was basically trying to tell Sasuke to move out of the way. Like, basically the vibes he was giving off was like, you're too weak to fight Itachi. But Sasuke continued on, as you may suspect he would. Sasuke would then try to slam his Chidori into Itachi, but Itachi would easily grab the Chidori and would then knee Sasuke in his lungs, causing Sasuke to cough up some blood. Sasuke would then fall to the ground, as Itachi would karate chop Sasuke to beneath him. Sasuke would now be in a kneeling-like position to Itachi, as Itachi would kick Sasuke, who would fall on his back. Sasuke would now be looking into the sky with his eyes dazed and his body numb, as he thought to himself, am I still too weak? Am I still too weak to defeat Itachi? Damn it. Sasuke would then grit his teeth as he would start to shed a tear, grabbing the dirt beneath him as Naruto would walk over to him. Earth style. Earth dome. Naruto would then slam his hand to the ground as a dome would be made between Kisame and Itachi and Naruto and Sasuke. Naruto would then kneel over to Sasuke. So he would tell Sasuke that it's okay. He can try again next time. Sasuke would shake his head. No, I disappointed you, Naruto. Disappointed me? What do you mean? You made me proud that you had the guts to do it. You had the guts to attack your older brother, the man who took everything away from you. No, you don't understand. You told me to get stronger, and it looks to me like I still have to be protected by you, like some younger brother of yours. Don't sweat it. It's the most I can do for you. No. Only the best. What do you mean? In our introductions, you said that you wanted to become Hokage. The Hokage's subordinates, the people who serve alongside him, can only be the best. Sasuke would now start to cry even more, as Naruto would continue to pour in chakra into the Earth Dome, as to make sure that Kisame and Itachi couldn't break it down. As Sasuke would continue. And I failed you. Sasuke would now shed even more tears, as he would put his arm over his eyes. Sasuke, I didn't... No, it's my fault. I was too weak. I should have never thought that I could take on my older brother. Not now. Not yet. Sasuke would then grit his teeth as he would then yell out, I'm sorry! I vow, I swear, I'll never lose again. Never! You don't have to promise me that. Because sometimes losing a battle is all you can do. No. As long as you and I both wear the same headband, I will never break that vow. Naruto would then be surprised at what Sasuke had said, as he would nod his head. I accept. To you as well, then. I'll never lose a battle. You don't have to, Naruto. Are you just gonna regurgitate what I'm saying? Or are you gonna stand up and fight? The odds may look slim, but with my Dojutsu and abilities, and your Sharingan, we can do this. But Naruto, you already have a Sharingan. Fine. Then I'd like you to watch. Watch and analyze everything. I see. Now Naruto would then grab his second sword as he would cut through the dome, immediately jumping on top of it as he would tell Itachi and Kisame that they should run. Itachi would then activate a genjutsu on Kisame as well as Sasuke. Both Sasuke and Kisame would then pass out as they didn't know that they were in a genjutsu, but soon they realized. They would then try to break it, but Itachi's grasp on the genjutsu was too strong, as Itachi would then speak to Naruto one-on-one. Naruto. Itachi. Yes? It's been a very long time. Like I said before, you've gotten much stronger. I'm proud of you, Naruto. Now, I need you to help me with something. Help you with something? Help you with what? My younger brother. You mean Sasuke? Yeah. At this very moment, he is too weak. You must train him for my sake. What do you mean? Watch. Sasuke would then... We now kind of switch to the perspective of Sasuke, as Sasuke would look around, as he would basically now remember the massacre. And in Kisame's genjutsu, he was remembering when he had disbanded from the Mist Village and became a rogue ninja. Basically, they're like kind of like big moments in their life. Naruto would then ask Itachi what he was basically saying, as Itachi would continue. I have a chronic illness or disease. Not only does it eat away at my chakra, but it makes me tired. I've been taking medicines to prolong my life, but I won't live long. Maybe 4 years, maybe less. I see. So you want Sasuke to kill you, is that it? Precisely. I suppose I could train him. But tell me more. What do you mean, Naruto? I need to know something. You need to know what? You didn't kill the Uchiha clan just because you wanted to. Just because you wanted to see if you could. That's what you told Sasuke. At least something on the lines of that. I suppose that you are right. Yeah, but you were not only ordered by the Leaf Village, but more specifically, you were ordered by the elders, were you not? You have a keen eye, I see. What made you come to the conclusion yourself, anyway? I don't know. I know you, Itachi. You saved my life. At least you saved me from Orochimaru. So, I know you wouldn't just kill your own clan for mere sport. It would make no sense. You are very right. Itachi would then sense the presence of Jiraiya, who would immediately launch an Uchiha style, or it's not an Uchiha style, a fire style Uchiha-like jutsu, which would immediately hit Itachi, sending him flying. Itachi would then appear in front of Naruto, as he would tell Naruto that he apologizes that his fight was cut short. Itachi would then basically release the genjutsu that he had on both Sasuke and Kisame, as Kisame would get up and Sasuke would kind of just stay passed out. Kisame would then ask what was happening to him and what type of genjutsu he was in, as he would say that Jiraiya had put him under a genjutsu. Itachi would then basically kind of like implant a genjutsu into Naruto's Sharingan, as at this very moment he's right beside Naruto, so he basically just placed his hands, or his hand, over Naruto's Sharingan, implanting a genjutsu in it whenever he sees Jiraiya. Like, basically when he sees Jiraiya, the genjutsu will unfold. And Naruto and Jiraiya will learn a lot more about, like, Itachi and a lot of things, really. Basically, he's doing it so that he can tell the Leaf everything about how the Akatsuki operates and their leader and the ninja within their ranks and things of the sort. Anyhow, Itachi would then point to Jiraiya, saying that Jiraiya had put you under a genjutsu. Kisame would smirk. Well, at least you freed me from it. Now, we can kill him. Jiraiya would then immediately summon Gamma Bunta as Itachi would look at the massive toad in front of him, and Kisame would as well, as he would immediately place his blade in front of him. Itachi would shake his head. I'm getting a bit low on chakra, but not only that. We should go now. Jiraiya is not somebody who we should mess with. Not yet, at least. I see. Playing it smart. Let's go. Kisame and Itachi would then flee the scene, as Jiraiya would ask what happens, or what happened. Naruto would then look in Jiraiya's eyes as the genjutsu would unfold. Naruto and Jiraiya would then be told who is in the Akatsuki, what the Akatsuki's organization is for, what Itachi has done under the Akatsuki, why Itachi massacred the clan, who ordered him to murder the clan, and what Itachi wants for Sasuke, or basically wants Sasuke to do. All of this information came to a shock to them both, but what really shocked Naruto was that the Akatsuki wanted him. Naruto would, at this point, come to the realization that he needs to get much stronger, or at least needs to get strong enough to protect himself and his friends who may be caught in the crossfire of a quote-unquote Akatsuki attack, or even an invasion, which Itachi was saying was very possible if somebody like Pain, who Itachi knows as the leader of the group, wanted to do so. And with that, this concludes the fight with Itachi and Kisame. Jiraiya and Naruto would immediately go on the move, deciding to bring Sasuke along with them, as they would basically find Tsunade gambling like they had in the canon. Contrary to the canon, though, Naruto is going to challenge Tsunade. Yes, I know, I am aware he did do this in the canon, but I think you'll understand that there's a bit that's going to be different here. Naruto would then challenge Tsunade, who would gladly accept, as Naruto would rush towards Tsunade with a kunai in hand. Tsunade would immediately put out her one finger, as that was kind of like the deal of the fight, as Naruto would tell her that she should have never underestimated him with such a measly trick. Naruto would then throw the kunai up into the air as he would grab Tsunade's finger. Tsunade, even being the strong kunoichi that she is, let alone if you think that she's the strongest kunoichi, which she probably is, and in my opinion she is, because Kaguya is not a kunoichi, besides Sakura, who at this point is not too strong. But basically what I'm getting at is that he would hold Tsunade's finger as Tsunade would pour in as much chakra as she could, trying to lift Naruto's grasp. Naruto would then enter attack mode as chakra would surround his palm and hand. Naruto would then twist Tsunade's finger, throwing her up into the air as Tsunade would fall on her back. You've got guts, kid. Now, Tsunade would now run towards Naruto with a punch, as Naruto would basically create a Rasengan, but it was kind of like that imperfect Rasengan he had, as he would try to hit Tsunade with it. But because of it being imperfect, Tsunade would be able to stop the Rasengan and slam Naruto into a nearby wall. Naruto would then be slammed into this wall, as he had realized that he had lost. Naruto would then pass out, as he was kind of under previous strain from fighting Itachi and Kisame, and the Earth Throne that he had made before, and the Genjutsu trick, and many things, really. Naruto would then make a bet with Tsunade that basically he gets the necklace right and all that stuff if he can learn the jutsu in 3 days, right? As such, Naruto would basically learn or get it down, because he kind of already learned the Rasengan, but basically perfect it in 3 days, as Tsunade and Jiraiya would now have to fight Orochimaru. Tsunade still does drug Jiraiya, though. Orochimaru seeing Naruto is not going to happen here, because Orochimaru is kind of not gonna be able to be like in the leaf or like here is what I mean. Okay, let me explain to you guys if you kind of don't know what I'm saying. Basically, what I'm saying is that Orochimaru is currently under the leaf's captivity, so he's not gonna be here. But instead, Kabuto and the Sound, I guess you could say 5 are here because they managed to escape. But Orochimaru was basically the prime suspect, and Orochimaru was captured. Anyhow. They would all be here with Kabuto as they would be standing on Manda because, to my knowledge, Kabuto actually does know the summoning contract. Anyhow, they would all then rush towards Jiraiya as Naruto and Tsunade would appear. Tsunade would have her moment, but not really the same, but she does still have a moment where she does bleed, and that is caused by Kimimaro, who is actually fighting Tsunade, and which would be a pretty good fight for Tsunade. And Tsunade basically gets over her blood by seeing Naruto struggle and eventually decide that he will unleash what you could call his full power. Naruto would then activate his Rinnegan and Sharingan as he would immediately turn the tide of the battle, immediately taking out each Sound 5 member, if you will, one by one, until there was only Kabuto. Naruto would then activate his Tenseigan as he would use the chakra armor provided by it. Now, do you have a death wish? Kabuto, was it? Naruto would then activate his Byakugan and his Tenseigan. His Tenseigan being in his right eye and his Byakugan being in his left. As he would say that he's not in the mood for games. So, if he doesn't tell them, basically, what secrets he knows and basically intel, then Naruto's going to kill him. Naruto's not really serious about this, but if Kabuto really tested him, he might just do it because, well, this isn't really the Naruto that we know. This is a different Naruto, and this is the Naruto of him having all Dojutsu and being raised by Hiruzen and Orochimaru. Kabuto would immediately spill everything as Kimimaro would try to kill Kabuto, but was unfortunately unable to do anything, as that's not really unfortunate for Naruto, but unfortunate for him. Naruto would then walk over to Kimimaro, who would try to use his last jutsu on Naruto, whose chakra armor would protect him. But Naruto felt a little sad that Kimimaro had wasted his life on an attack that barely even scratched Naruto. And his illness basically sped up and, killed Kimimaro. He basically killed himself. Naruto, Tsunade, and Jiraiya would then return to the village as Tsunade was now kind of ready to become Hokage, but Naruto was trying to basically become Hokage himself. So he would ask Hiruzen to become Hokage. Hiruzen would tell Naruto that he's not ready yet, even though he sure as hell has the power, even to compete with himself. Which would mean that Naruto is basically stronger than any of the other 5 Kage, since Hiruzen is. Which would make Naruto and Hiruzen get into an argument just because Naruto is too young to, quote-unquote, have the role of Hokage. Now, this is where we're going to go into, basically, I guess you could call it the, how would I say this? The, quote-unquote, time skip. Basically, here, Orochimaru is now going to, I guess you could say, revive himself through the curse mark of Kidomaru, who is currently alive, as Naruto had spared them and let them, just retreat and stuff, because Kabuto had already spilled all the beans. And basically, we now have the time skip here, where each Sound 4 member has gotten a lot stronger. Kabuto's gotten a lot stronger through, many experiments on himself and the Sound 4 members. And not only that, but Naruto and Sasuke have had, a final duel of sorts where Naruto only used his Sharingan versus Sasuke's Sharingan, as they had, an amazing duel, right? And basically, now they're just training. And they've been training for 4 years. And who have they been training with? Kakashi has been training with Sasuke. Jiraiya has been training with Naruto. And they both have been, intertwining with each other. What I mean by that is that they both went on the training trip together for 4 years. And they kind of switch between one another every once in a while. Anyhow, but with that being said, where we're going to end it off is, at the start of the time skip. So,